Hello and welcome to Thought for October the 14th. Our readings are 2 Chronicles chapters 3 and 4, Ezekiel chapter 40 and John chapter 6. And our thought is, this is truly the prophet. Our readings in John chapter 6 tell us of when thousands of people personally experienced a great miracle. It is one miracle recorded in all four Gospels. It is when Jesus miraculously fed thousands of people. It is interesting how people can see miracles such as healings, even a dead man raised, things that happen to other people. But when they personally experience something completely miraculous, it makes a greater impression. The text says that when they had seen this sign, they said, "This is truly the prophet who is to come into the world." Verse 14. But what happened next? They then were about to come and take him by force and make him king, we read in verse 15. Well, what did Jesus do? He departed again to a mountain by himself alone. Why did he do this? He was, in effect, running away from them. Remember that one of the temptations in the wilderness was also an invitation to him to take rulership over all the kingdoms of the world. Matthew 4 verses 8 to 9. He was to answer Pilate's question, "So you are a king?" by saying, "For this purpose I was born, and for this purpose I have come into the world." John 18 verse 37. What a temptation for him to respond and be immediately proclaimed king. The Father had given him unlimited power, we read in John chapter 3 verse 34. So he could immediately bring total justice, etc. into the world. But this would be doing the right thing the wrong way. And that is one of the most subtle and dangerous temptations we have in life. Those who think Jesus is God himself cannot comprehend how Jesus was really tempted. But it says in Hebrews that our high priest, Jesus, was one in whom every respect he had been tempted as we are. Chapter 4, verse 15. The Apostle Paul, despite all his dedication in serving Christ, admits, "I see in my members another law waging against the law of my mind and making me captive to the law of sin that dwells in my members." Romans 7 verse 23. It is evident Jesus was tempted in the same way, but the law of sin never won. Instead, he won, and as a result was made perfect, as Hebrews 5 verse 9 records. Matthew's account of his temptation in the wilderness was known to him most probably by being told of it by Jesus. And Jesus chose to describe his inner temptation in the form of a parable. So let us try to follow the example of Jesus and try to run away from temptation by doing something else, thinking of something else, or by calling a Bible passage to mind as Jesus did in the wilderness temptations. Then we will be truly followers of the prophet. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, knowing that Word to be a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.